Hey guys, so today's video we're going to be talking about denture adhesives, and a few of the things I will be going over are there's two different types of adhesives that I am familiar with, so I will be touching base on those. Also, I will be talking a little about when adhesives should be considered and when they should not be used. Also, I'll be answering a question I get asked a lot about, and that is, are adhesives safe? Now, as usual, I will be apologizing for any noise you may hear. I have my dog barking because my little kitty cat, isn't she cute, doesn't want to leave my side, and will be in here with me for this video. And I did make my notes again. Sorry if you guys think my videos are starting to get a little scripted. That's not it. It's just my household is always chaotic, and I'm just trying to write stuff down so I don't get off topic and make my videos extra long, or, you know, bore you guys to death with my rambling that I tend to do. Also, I want to thank you guys for all the subscribers I have gained and all the likes and comments, all that stuff. I didn't expect that. That's not why I did this. I've said that many times before. The reason that I made these videos was to help myself through this journey, as well as being able to hopefully help a few other people through this journey, because it is tough. So I just want to thank you guys for that. That's awesome. So let's jump right into this. And I'm going to try not to play with my hair, because someone commented that's one of their biggest pet peeves. And I didn't take it offensively, because I do play with my hair a lot, and I'm sorry. So you know who you are. And I will try not to. Okay. So now excuse me when I do look down. So adhesives, they are used to enhance retention, stability, bite force, and an individual sense of security. So that will bring me into when you should use adhesives. Adhesives should be used, now to go in with that sense of security and stability, for people who place unusual demands on their facial muscles, such as, you know, public speakers or musicians, or even people, you know, people in sales, or people like me, where I kind of use a lot of my facial muscles just based on the way I talk and the way I speak. I'm very animated and very loud, so I kind of need that extra stability and security to make sure my teeth aren't going to come flying out when I'm yapping, because my luck, they'll look like those fake dentures when you wind them up, and that's what I imagine would happen if mine just flew out of my mouth while I was talking. They would keep yapping along with it. So, another reason adhesives should be used is when people have certain dry mouth conditions, because, you know, they're not going to stay in place properly. Another reason would be if you have neurological issues, such as seizures. You need that extra hold if you have neurological problems and you have a seizure, let's say. We all know pretty much what happens with seizures. You don't want, you know, there always is a fear of people swallowing like their tongue, and I've never had a seizure, but basically, if you were to have a seizure and something were to happen and you didn't have that hold in there, I imagine that would not be a pretty sight, and it wouldn't end very well. And another thing, the elderly, they do recommend adhesives are used for the elderly. That may have to do with age, that may have to do with bone structure. But, you know, if you are up there and fabulous with your age, you might want to use a little bit of that adhesive. Now, reasons why you should not use adhesives. would be if you have an ill-fitting denture or a poorly constructed denture. So basically, if you have an ill-fitting denture, you don't want to use all that adhesive to, keep them in place or fill in like places where it hurts, to make kind of a cushioning and, kind of fix it yourself. You're going to want to go to your dentist and have him, check out everything and maybe do, sorry, I'm pretty much choking on my own saliva. That's pretty gross. You're going to want him to do an adjustment, or maybe it's time for new dentures. And also, if it causes sores, if you're starting to get sores in your mouth or you're in a lot of pain, don't use the adhesive. Call your dentist immediately, because that adhesive could actually make the sores worse. Now, another reason you should not consider adhesive would be if your dentist has not evaluated your mouth and the fit and everything in quite a long time. You're just going to want to make an appointment with your dentist to reevaluate your mouth and see if you need new dentures or if you need an adjustment. So one thing I wanted to say, which I wrote down, but for some reason I can't get it out of my mouth without reading. Dentures rest on gum tissue and jawbone, which shrink and deteriorate over time. So going back to if you haven't been evaluated in a long time and they're not fitting, the real problem probably is stemming from that you just need those remade or adjusted. One other thing why you would want to stray away is if you have known allergies to any ingredients in the actual adhesive. You want to be careful and read those labels, because I believe every adhesive, different brands have different chemical components in them. You want to make sure you're not allergic to any of those. One last thing, with adhesives, you do not want to continue using them if they're being used over a long period of time and the volume and frequency is increasing, because that means something is not right with your dentures and you need, yet again, you need an adjustment, or maybe you need new ones. Now, let me flip my page, and I will be talking about two different adhesives that I am aware of. One is the paste adhesive. Now, the paste application can be applied on dry dentures or sometimes wet. I know people say dry, 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 but in some cases your dentist may tell you to apply it to wet dentures. Not like soaking wet, but like maybe a little, I hate the M word, moist. I think that's the grossest word in the world, but you get the idea. Avoid placing that adhesive too close to the denture borders. If the adhesive is oozing, say out of here and over to your teeth and your mouth, and you want to use less, because nobody wants to be swallowing adhesive all day long. I know I've made that mistake, and it's gross. Really gross. Now, with the paste adhesive, sorry my cat's clawing at me. With the paste adhesive, over the course of the day, it can lose its adherability and it can sort of skim. So that means that it's basically, coming away from the gum tissue. And that happens to me quite frequently with the paste adhesive. So it will become loose and will start to come out, like when I'm eating, I'll feel this one pop out. And I mean, it's kind of funny for me because I'll flip my bottom teeth out to freak people out with my friends and stuff like that. So, like, it's not a good thing, and it's gross. Now, another thing with that paste adhesive, it can be kind of it has a tendency to be kind of difficult to remove from both the gum tissue and from the dentures. It can be quite a tedious task, and I know myself, excuse me, I must have been swallowing some denture adhesive. Only kidding, no. So I know with me, I spend about 10 minutes every night trying to remove all the denture adhesive from the roof of my mouth, and that's the worst part for me. And I have a little bit of OCD, so that filmy feeling and having that up there on my mouth is just disgusting to me, and I have to get it off. Now another adhesive I would like to mention is that powder adhesive. So with the powder adhesive, what you do is sprinkle a thin uniform layer throughout the tissue-bearing surface of the denture. Shake off the excess powder and press the denture into place. That's pretty easy, and yes, I did read from my notes. Now, the powders may be preferred over the pastes because, like I was saying before about the adhesive with removal, the powder adhesive is much easier to remove from the gums and the dentures themselves. They also do not have that same tendency to shim. You know, to keep they don't keep the denture away from the tissue, like they're not going to loosen. It doesn't have the tendency to do that, such as with the pastes. And I kind of like the powder adhesive, so I'm probably going to be using that. Now, one other question I wanted to answer is, are adhesives safe? They are safe as long as they are used as directed. If the denture is well fitting and the adhesive is only used for added stability, there really should be no ill effects. There really shouldn't be. If the adhesives are used excessively to fill voids, like I was talking about before, that can be harmful to underlying soft and hard tissue. Occasionally, in these cases, inflammation of the soft tissue can result, and because of its movement on the soft tissue and underlying bone, an ill-fitting denture can cause bone loss. So basically, if you're putting all that glue in, like I was before, you know, from my other video where my teeth kept falling out, if you're using all that glue, that ill-fitting denture, it can cause, you know, it can be rubbing up against it and cause all sorts of other problems for you, and bone loss and soft tissue sort of damage. I ran through this kind of quick. I promise my other videos I won't be, you know, reading from a list, but I'm doing this because I do get off topic and my house is kind of hectic right now. So it's just easier for me to stay on topic reading that right now. My next video, I won't do that. And thankfully there wasn't that much noise, I don't believe, today. But, you know, that was a quick video for you guys. And I guess that is it. If you'd like to check out some of my other videos, hit up my channel. If you want to see if I've uploaded new ones, go back to my channel. You don't have to subscribe. I'm not expecting that, but I do thank you when you do. That's pretty awesome. Alright, that is it. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Oh, don't let me forget. Don't let me forget. Okay, sorry. Before I forget, if you don't want to leave like a question or something you want to talk to me about in the comment section down there, I'm going to leave a link to my Instagram in the description bar below. And that is for my Instagram. You can private message me there. I do get back to everybody, so don't feel free. You're not bothering me. I tell everybody, you're not bothering me. Go ahead, message me. It's fine. I'm here. That's why I make these. So that is Spyda, SPYDA _ Liz, LIZZ, just like my YouTube name, but with an underscore in between Spyda and Liz. Okay, so thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and keep smiling no matter what. That is all. Alright, peace.